Hey guys, it's Jenny here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my Christmas Q&A. I have a couple questions you guys wanted me to answer, so I figured 'tis the season. I will answer your questions before the end of the year. And yeah, as soon as I plug in my iPad, we will get right into it. You're gonna have to ignore him. He's exploring. Okay, so let's see what kind of questions we got here. I will try my best to answer them. I didn't really prepare for them. This is really the first time I'm looking at them and thinking about them. Okay, so first question is favorite book of 2019. And I mean, if we're counting like new reads, I would probably maybe The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Although if we're counting rereads, obviously ACOMAF, but I think The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was probably my favorite new book. And then the next question is most anticipated book of 2020. My most anticipated of 2020. I'm trying to think of everything coming out, like I know I just took a bunch of screenshots of new books coming out, but I don't know like what my most anticipated would be. Let me look. You know, the only thing I can really think of that like I've been looking forward to is Sarah J. Maas's new book, which is going to be Crescent City. Or, sorry, it's not actually going to be called Crescent City. It's going to be called House of Earth and Blood. So, Sarah J. Maas's new book, I'm pretty freaking excited about. I haven't really heard of, like, I mean, the Cruel Prince series ended, Capturing the Devil, or Stalking Jack the Ripper ended. So I think Sarah's new book is probably something I'm most excited for. Unless there's something that I haven't heard about yet that's coming out. But yes. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Is there any 2020 releases that you are excited about? Yes, there is. I just pulled up the screenshots. There's a one coming out called Nameless Queen by Rebecca McLaughlin. That sounds really interesting to me. We Used to Be Friends by Amy Spalding. Just Breathe by Cami McGovern. Three Things I Know Are True by Betty Culley. Cracked Up to Be by Courtney Summers. The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Frozen Beauty by Lexa Hillier. I also thought that Verona Comics by Jennifer Dugan sounded cute. And yeah, I'm sure that there's a bunch more that I'm forgetting that I just can't think of right now. Oh, Rick Riordan's new book, The Trials of Apollo, book 5. The final book, I think, actually. And yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, there are so many books that I know that I'm forgetting that I just cannot, like, remember. But yes, there are a lot of 2020 releases that I am anticipating, and I think that 2020 is going to be a great year. How many books do you own? That is a very good question. Sorry guys, I ran out of phone storage. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but the last question was how many books do you own? And I'm gonna say it's like between, I'm probably around like 300 to almost 400. There's a lot. What is your favorite book genre? That is gonna be fantasy, young adult fantasy. It's my favorite genre. It's honestly just the thing I gravitate towards most. Or hard-hitting contemporaries, definitely. I'm not really a big fan of like cutesy contemporaries, like romance heavy. I'm also a big fan of like suspense and thrillers, but ultimately I think that young adult fantasy. Okay, and then I have a couple questions from the same person. So, what is your favorite quote or line from Carrie Maniscalco's Stalking Jack the Ripper series? Ooh. I'm gonna have to look up some quotes because I truly cannot remember anything that was said in that book. But yeah, that her writing in that is really beautiful. So there's honestly probably so many quotes. Oh, yep. It was literally on the top. Roses have both petals and thorns, my dark flower. You needn't believe something weak because it appears delicate. Show the world your bravery. There's nothing better than a little danger dash with some romance. Yep, those two. Let me see. If there's a popular YA fantasy author you want to see write a cute holiday love story, who would you pick and why? Honestly, I think Holly Black. She does the love to hate trope really well, but I think that deep down there could be a really cute romance too, and I think that she would be really good at it. The dynamic between Cardan and Jude, I think that she could write a really good holiday romance story. I mean, Sarah J. Maas would be really good too, but you know, hers are always so cute, but they're also pretty heavy on the smut scenes. So I would probably say Holly Black or Cassandra Clare, you know. Which popular trope do you prefer, fake relationships or friends to lovers? I think fake relationships because like it's two people that weren't expecting to be drawn together and then ultimately it ends up happening. I don't really prefer friends to lovers because it's almost like everyone was always expecting it to happen, and I find it like because they already know everything about each other and it's just like the feelings develop. But I think fake relationship, it's like you weren't anticipating being attached to this person. And then the final question is, and if you could travel anywhere in the world, which city or country would you like to visit? I would like to visit Bali, or I've always wanted to visit Amsterdam. And just Europe in general. I think that there's so many different places there that I would love to go to. So let me check one more time to make sure there's not any more questions. I'm running so low on storage. Go figure. But yes, that was let me see. Okay. Yep, I have found 3 more. Do you prefer YA or adult books and why? I think I prefer YA books. For one, they're cheaper. And 2, I don't know. It's just like I guess the characters are the same age as us, so it's like more relatable and it's easier to understand them and stuff like that. I don't really know what draws me to YA more. I guess it's just the dynamic of it and the way the writing is. I have enjoyed some adult books, but I think I will always be loving YA. Are there specific books you need to get to this coming year? Series even? So in 2020, there are books I need to get to. I need to get through all those recent releases that I got that I haven't gotten to. I need to get to Queen of Nothing and Capturing the Devil, and A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and The Beautiful, and Ninth House. And yes, there are so many that I would really love to get to. And I would also really like to get to reading the Witcher series. And I know that there's more that I'm forgetting, but yes. Sorcery of Thorns is another one. And then what are some of your 2020 reading goals? So reading goals is, so I set my reading goal originally for 2019 to 100 books. Obviously that didn't work out, so I changed it to 75. And somehow I was able to meet that goal at the very last second. In 2020, I would love to be able to read 100 books once and for all. Like, truly, if I don't accomplish anything else, I would love to accomplish that. And I want to try to not do so many rereads and really try to minimize the amount of books I have on my TBR instead of just repeatedly rereading the same books. Which, obviously, there's no problem in rereading books. Like, I wouldn't be able to function if I didn't reread books. But I noticed that I do a lot of it, like very heavily rereading books. So I want to try to cut down on that, and instead of picking up a book that I know I'm going to enjoy, maybe pick up a new book that I've been meaning to get to for a really long time. So let me just check one last place for any questions. I don't think I have the Creator Studio here, so I'm just going to have to look on my video. But I want to make sure that I got any questions you guys wanted me to ask. And yeah. Yep. So it looks like I got them all. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I really hope that you had a Merry Christmas. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. And yes, thank you for sticking with me. And I will see you next year.